And we're mine, and you look so divine, and we're live, bitches. Welcome to the Dummies Again podcast, everybody. I am your star-worthy host, JetSparks373, and I'm joined by my demeaning co-host, Bear64. I don't know what I said there. I can't really think. I was kind of somewhat unprepared for this crap, but whatever.
And I thought you were sexy.
Oh gosh. So yeah, we are back, and this is episode 4. So now what's new?
Well, Banjo-Kazooie's out for Smash Brothers, and I can't be any happier.
Yes. And of course, yeah, we already know one thing, though. I think I said to you yesterday is that the online with Nintendo is still kind of, sucks. And I think, source comes, the first source who broke this news was Foxy Games UK, and shout out to this channel, who also does a podcast called The Gamer Couch. I really wish we could be on there, but hey, if you see this, please invite us. And we hooked up StreamYard so we can help you guys out with that. I know you guys use OBS and whatnot and Discord, but this is a good alternative to Google Hangouts. So we talked about the new game from Square Enix, Astral Chain.
Being on the people wanted on PS4 or something.
Yes, I think essentially that's what it was. But I know. But speaking on the subject of fanboys not wanting something they probably 9 times out of 10 probably won't get, there is a certain person that I think you would want to rip into that is a certain fanboy of the Nintendo camp. Would you like to elaborate on that, Bears?
Oh, you mean JTech TV?
No. No.
I know who you're talking about. This doofus, the Harmon Smith kid.
Yes.
Even though I think he's supposed to be in his 30s.
Oh, that's even worse. Oh, Lord.
I know.
Well?
Oh, yeah. This dude is a complete fanboy of Nintendo. And if you're someone that criticizes Nintendo or at all, you're pretendo, which is you pretend to like Nintendo. It's like, no, pretendos, what you call us, are the real fans are really willing to criticize them.
Exactly. And that's what anyone who likes any console or any platform.
We're talking about a person that actually has gone to say, and I quote, my opinion is fact. I learned about facts and opinions in the 3rd grade. He needs to go back to 3rd grade.
Oh my gosh. But I'm telling you, yeah. Everyone always needs to get their facts straight. But this is how fanboys are. They always want to be about stuff like that. They always want to just claim that they're right, or their black piece of plastic is obviously the end-all be-all of everything. I mean, seriously, the 90s are over, people. Console wars are over. They're done. This has been beaten to death by a lot of other people on the internet. But again, these are the type of people that don't live in reality, just like how SJWs don't live in reality.
Yeah, it's the fact that, I hate it when people just secure their fucking lives to a soulless company. Nintendo makes great games, but they're still a company in the end. They just want your damn money.
Exactly. And we already know one person who basically wants your money and basically will do anything to get it. And we all know who they are. A certain company called, I think they were called
Disney.
I think they're called Evil Assholes, I think. Yeah, that's it. They're called Evil Assholes. Led by some robot named Dead Man Wilson, I think.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, but yeah, I think whatever his, we already know his. I think I kind of know what his real name is, but I already know I'm not gonna pay any attention because I'm pretty sure. Everyone hates EA. We all know this. At this point, literally any time when EA is brought up, everyone's hype levels or any enjoyment is just sucked away from them because they're just that bad. Next to Activision.
But another thing is that there's two other YouTubers, Video Game Lover 58, I believe the number was, and Jacob Schooner. They made a truce with him. And it was very simple, just don't talk shit. Like for Video Game Lover, it was, don't talk shit about him and God of War. And for Jacob, it was, don't talk shit about, what is it, Devil May Cry. Because, he has like Smith has this weird hatred towards Devil May Cry for pretty much no reason.
Wow.
And it's just weird. Like I swear that dude needs some like medical help for how obsessed he is with Nintendo.
Well, again, this is the problem with this is always the problem with fanboys. I mean, look, and the same thing can be said. I mean, but dear Lord, the Xbox community are probably insane. Heck, I think both Big Cloud Gaming, I think another channel called Morgana Days.
Crap Gamer, but I think he's actually cooled down a bit.
Yeah, and the same thing. Yeah, I think also there are other people who are sort of like understanding that. Yeah, I think there was like I forget his name, MGB, I think, or MBG. I can't forget how his username goes, but I know the thing is they're understanding the fact that all consoles have their strengths and their weaknesses. I mean, of course, PlayStation's got plenty of good exclusives, and I think I really hope Microsoft is going to step up their game next generation. I really hope they do, because they cannot keep relying on Halo and Gears of War, which I know the newest Gears came out just like 2 days ago, I think.
I think so, but I just don't care about God of War, Gears of War.
Yeah, they did, and they shortened it to Gears 5. They basically didn't want to be tired of being the same game with the same initials, GOW. So yeah, just again, and everything though, just you can't just keep relying on Forza 2. I mean,
although one of my coworkers is obsessed with Forza, and I don't blame him. If you like your racing game, if you like your racing game, I have mine, which is Burnout and Mario Kart.
Yep, and I know I recently got into Crash Team Racing, but I would give anything to play Mario Kart 64 again. I would give anything for an N64. Hell, I'd even sell my soul for one. Don't quote me on that.
That's a little much. To sell your soul for a freaking cartridge. You could, I saw a copy for like $60 at GameStop.
Yeah, but I think another one N64 game I saw once at a secondhand market shop. I think I saw Superman, the infamous Superman 64 there for the low price of 1 cent.
Oh my gosh, 1 cent. Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, because we all know. I mean, if anyone who's been on this gaming space on the internet for many years, we all know how infamous Superman 64 was. It's probably one of the worst games ever made.
Yeah, although back to fanboys.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, the thing is, like, there's a difference between the fanboys. Like PS4 fanboys are like they always attack PC for some odd reason, because I don't know why.
I think I heard from Griffin Gaming about something that there's a guy saying that PS4 killed PC gaming, which is not the case. Steam is doing very well, and of course, there is the bane of all PC gamers, which I obviously have which everyone who is a PC gamer out there, you have my sympathy, but F the Epic Game Store, because obviously, of course, Shite Knight made a crap ton of money, and of course, absolutely nobody even cared about that, because they wanted to and of course, they're throwing money everywhere at developers saying, yeah, why don't you make your game an Epic Store exclusive? I think we already know Borderlands is doing that. I think Shenmue 3 is going to be that way. But It's just, look, Steam has been around for longer. Sure, Steam has had its problems, especially when splitting the stuff between developers and stuff. But of course, Steam did a lot of stuff right. And sure, there still are problems with it, but still, most people are pretty much just got accustomed to Steam. But now there's like multiple launchers, and of course, everybody's just really getting annoyed. I'm pretty sure PC gamers are getting annoyed that they don't have like one universal launcher that they can use for all their game means and whatnot.
Yeah.
Forum posting and whatnot. And yeah, I understand that. There are plenty of PS4 gamers. I mean, sure. One joke I can really think of is obviously all the damn memes that came up with like the PS3's reveal in 06, I think. Obviously with the $599 giant enemy crabs and whatnot. And heck, I think like shout out to John Graham who made the amazing Machinima series known as RB and the Chief, which is basically just where he has like a Master Chief action figure and an Arbiter action figure, just doing a whole bunch of like crazy scenarios. Like one episode where like he actually like Master Chief actually breaks a copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare and throws it in the toilet and tries to flush it down.
Oh my
and
gosh.
He tries to foolishly fool Arbiter with a blank copy, which is basically just a damn cookie with a hole in it, and just a very mock copy with just a whole bunch of stick figures with their dicks hanging out. Literally, it's kind of like vulgar, but I think that again, if you were like a 13-year-old watching this back in the day, you actually thought that shit was funny as hell. Still is somewhat funny as hell, but again,
I've never watched anything from Machinima, believe it or not.
And it sucks though. I mean, they literally just like about over a year ago, they literally deleted all their content from their channel because I think they get that bought out by somebody, and they just straight up deleted all their content. But of course, a lot of creators who worked with them or collaborated with them either moved on. Like I think the people who did Inside Gaming on the network, they went and are now are working for Rooster Teeth now. I think.
I know someone Johnny. You know, he's on his own now.
Yeah, and I think like John does his own like little podcast, and he's finally uploaded all the older episodes of RB and the Chief and whatnot. But it's just really silly because I mean the thing is it's like also that same sort of duality. Like you have like their polar opposites. Arbiter is the smart, intelligent one, and Master Chief's like the retarded moron.
Huh.
And he speaks, and obviously the thing that kind of makes it even more funny is that they're using like the damn Microsoft Sam and Microsoft Mike speech engines for how they talk.
Huh.
It was kind of ridiculous, but still how they do it and all using all the ridiculous stuff like the Rafflecopter thing. It still just makes everything kind of really roll out pretty well. But he is the epitome of a clueless person who does not understand anything. I mean, usually I see this as COD fans who are like this, like who have like no taste in real gaming or anything. But yeah, he literally thinks when there's like a new Halo comes out, like the old one is utter shit and the new one is the greatest thing ever.
Huh.
It's just like literally almost he's literally like every troll that's ever existed on the internet all in one package. And that thing is a little tiny piece of plastic that walks into sentience. But it was a really crazy series. I mean, still, it was like one of his best known like Machinima series. I mean, sure, you actually have the scenes with Arbiter and the Master Chief just sitting around in his apartment playing Halo and whatnot and getting in all other crazy shenanigans. And you have like all the stuff in Halo where they use like the theater mode and whatnot for all like the in-game scenes. And he even made like two other Machinima series. One was called Deus Ex Machina, which was like some superhero show that he made, and another one where it's just a story of some high school graduate trying to make his way in the world, but almost everyone around him are just completely other clueless or just plain ass stupid or just cliches of every single person you've seen in every high school movie. The slut, the asshole jock, whatnot, everything. And it's just crazy. Heck, there was another show called Hard Justice, and I think it's like one of his second funniest one. It's like obviously there are like these cops, and they're part of this special team on the police force known as the eradication of compulsive evil and corruption team, and I think you can get what the anagram means if you put it together.
Huh.
Yeah, it's basically, you know what? Bears, you say what that anagram means. What the anagram put together is.
I don't know. I've never seen it before.
It's erect.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's like even a person they held at gunpoint who was basically just they were basically just busting down the door like a damn SWAT team, all because the guy was downloading music illegally.
That's pretty funny. But everybody knows Napster. You remember Napster? Come on.
Exactly. He was like even like the main character who's like an actual good cop and actually knows about the due process of the law and whatnot. Like he tries to stop some guy, and of course the two other dudes you see in the very first episode in the intro just show up and try to blow the guy's car who actually was the victim, but he managed to get his car back from the guy, and he just go and like one of the dude in white armor just go taser everyone. It's just crazy, but it was just one of his more funnier shows, but it was good. But again, I mean, there have been so many great creators that have come and gone on Machinima, and now, like, there's like literally, it's crazy though that he was one of those people that really took advantage of like Halo 3 when it was popular. And obviously, we all know Rooster Teeth created Red vs. Blue, and they were the pioneers of Machinima as a whole, which you don't really see that much of nowadays on YouTube, which is kind of sad because there's not really a unifying platform to put it all on. So rest in peace, Machinima. Rest in peace. We hardly knew ye.
Oh, but anyways, back on topic.
Sorry.
Another thing about Harmon Smith is that he what you put it, like he will avoid a debate for a long time, and if he does debate you, he knows he's going to lose because his logic is like it'll completely break once you get to it.
Oh man, he should be a perfect candidate to debate with on our podcast. He should be perfect.
Well, here's the thing. You should add like the clip from Ghostbusters. Yes, it's true. This man has no dick. Like he will not actually face you one on one, but he'll get like his cronies, like his fans on the Discord and put like extremely inappropriate shit on there. So he like try to get you banned and all that.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's a complete loser, really. He has a girlfriend that likes PS4, but like it makes no sense because he absolutely cannot stand PS4 for some reason. Like, here's the thing: they like a PlayStation 2, like the big model, like crush his dog's skull or something, and like he swears vengeance against PlayStation or something. Like,
oh my gosh, just what?
No, that's just my prediction, like a stupid prediction, really.
Oh gosh. But yeah, you really have me there. But still, that's just crazy though. If there's someone out there who's always like that, but then again, there are people out there. I'm not actually surprised that there are people out there like that. I'm not surprised in the slightest. But yeah, anyone who is like a crazed person when they're obviously going crazy over a company or any sort of thing. If you're a girl who's dating this person, or if it's the other way, if you're a guy or anything, I'm not judging anything here. Break up with the person now and file a restraining order.
Yeah, and then restraining orders like if they kept harassing them. That's something like a restraining order for getting away from a fanboy. It's just a little bit over the top.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be surprised. But then again, of course, you always have the people who are always doxing other people. I mean, I feel bad for all the streamers who got doxed. It's just crazy. I can only imagine now if our thing blows up and we actually start getting popular and someone gets insane enough to want to do that. Well, I will be a martyr for the cause. I sound like a psycho. I sound like a crazy dumbass saying that, but whatever.
Yeah, he's also the type that here's the thing. He says he will hate a game. Like recently, Overwatch has been announced to be on the Switch. whatever, right? Guess what? He has like just constantly raved against Overwatch. It finally comes to the Switch and he like downplays it even more. Even though I don't give a shit about Overwatch, but still.
That makes two of us.
But and then Dark Souls, he has gotten to say he likes Dark Souls, but then when it came out to the Switch, he was like, "Oh, it's actually not as good as you think."
Oh.
Remember, he thinks his opinion's fact. So,
okay. So, first party Nintendo titles are perfectly fine because they are the end all be all of everything. But third party support, which we have not gotten very much of, like on the Wii U and the Wii, it's just, why is that? I mean, sure, it's I know, sure, there's gonna be a bit of a downgrade, but still, it's just nice to have stuff on the Switch. I'm glad that a lot of developers are taking notice. Say for Evil Americans, but of course, it's just that I just don't understand why all that is, though. I mean, I'm still glad that we're getting third party support on
the Switch.
Yeah. Bethesda were the first people to back it with Skyrim and stuff like that. I mean, you haven't played Skyrim, it's perfect. Yeah, Skyrim, Doom. I think Wolfenstein, the new Colossus is on there.
Yeah, it is.
And
not the New Order though.
Yes, that's true. But also you have the good old thing of what else? Darn. Mortal Kombat 11 also is on there. But did I ever say that or something? I don't know. But
no, you didn't say Mortal Kombat 11. But
there's definitely a lot of good stuff coming. There's definitely a lot of good stuff that has come to the Switch. Even if they're last gen games, it's still great. I mean,
oh yeah, they're selling better on the Switch. That's the thing. And he actually still says the Wii U was better than the Switch, but yet the Switch is still amazing. It's like,
okay,
take your pick.
All right, that's it. I seriously just want to. If I ever found this guy in real life, I would just walk up to him and just say, "No, what is wrong with you?" Or better, just go the route Reggie says. If you don't like third party, what's wrong with you?
No, and then The Witcher 3 is coming out for Switch. I already have it for the PS4, so I'm good.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But he's even gone to read the novels. And of course, he gives it a bad rating because, well, he hates The Witcher.
Oh,
he's never even played The Witcher, and he says it's trash. And people pretend that it's actually good.
Okay, this guy's totally out of his damn mind. That's just wow.
That's what I mean. Like, he needs to go to the mental hospital for to control his love for Nintendo. Like, he loved that Nintendo dick.
If he loves that much, then I got something for you. Reggie's body is ready. Gosh,
I actually would think if Iwata were to see Harmon Smith, he would actually shake his head in disappointment.
Exactly,
because Iwata, he loved games no matter what they were.
Iwata-san, he knows that, and same thing. Reggie, Iwata, and Miyamoto, they are basically just the people who are Nintendo. They're synonymous with Nintendo. And I mean, sure, I mean, no one will ever replace them. I mean, we already know Iwata-san passed away. Miyamoto-san, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure how much longer he's going to be. I'm not sure how much longer he'll be at Nintendo, but I think he needs to retire at some point. He needs to retire.
He needs to, because I don't know. I think he's starting to degrade at this point.
Yeah.
I think Sakurai is actually a better developer than Miyamoto, because Sakurai actually innovates and he doesn't force gimmicks down your throat.
Yeah, sure. I mean, when people first saw the Switch, yeah, they kind of thought it was somewhat of a gimmick, but I do like the idea. I like the idea that Switch is very versatile. You can pull off the two Joy-Cons, play it put the kickstand up and play it that way. Pop the two things onto the screen, play like a handheld, or dock it to the TV and play it like a regular console. It's perfect.
That's a good gimmick. Because it's not forceful. You don't have to take it out. You don't have to put it in.
And that's what made it good. That's what made it good. I really thought at that moment Nintendo were back on top. They were coming back, and they were
Yeah, the sales are showing. Like they really are showing compared to the Wii U. The Wii U sales were garbage.
Yeah, it barely got past 10 million units, and I mean, obviously, at the end, like the PS3 and the Xbox 360 sort of evened out at like 85 million units, I think. And I already know the PlayStations. I think they're saying that's already set to surpass 100 million already. So it's already.
Oh yeah, it's like I think it's almost past PS2 level. Like I don't know if it has passed PS2.
Well, I know. I think they've already gotten past like PS1 because I know that sold 100 million units. PS2 sold 150 million units. PS3 sold 85 million, and yeah, I know that. I think I'm not, but maybe it might surpass It just might surpass the PS2, maybe, but who knows? Only time will tell by the end because we already know that. I think we're like they're gonna reveal PS5 in 2020, like early 2020.
Which and I heard is like backwards compatible with PS4 games. Hell yeah, because my PS4 has a lot of games.
Exactly, and that's the thing though. And I like that moving forward that consoles are going to have the same basic because they're using PC architecture in them. The last PS4, I mean not that PS4, PS3 had that really insane cell architecture, which was quote from Gabe Newell, a nightmare to develop games for. I mean, hell, the Orange Box I heard runs like ass on that thing.
Well, unfortunately, because I was actually looking forward to that. Like I was actually wanting to hunt down a copy, and I heard that I was like, wait, no, definitely not.
Yeah, and I mean it's really crazy the fact that sure, Microsoft still had its problems with the Red Ring of Death, obviously, but it still was the most popular console of the 7th generation. Obviously, obviously that was probably the biggest thing of that. Obviously Halo was the big thing, Gears of War and everything else, so that was always big. And I like that. Heck, it probably formed a lot of great friendships online that I still somewhat have today. But still, I mean, everything is time goes on. I mean, obviously Halo's kind of ran its course, and Gears of War, obviously, as I've said, has run its course. And I mean, sure, I know people like Forza, but again, you can't just keep relying on those games. Sunset Overdrive was a good game, but obviously it didn't sell well.
Yeah, because Xbox One just did poor marketing, I think.
Yeah,
by the Wii U.
Yes, and obviously we all know our good friend. What was his name? Dan Patrick or something. I think I know his real name. I'm just doing that.
Who are you calling Dan?
Yeah, but he said, yeah, if you don't have a online connected device, we have one specially for you. It's called Xbox 360. The biggest I can hear every single gamer all over the world face palming at that when he said that. And of course, I think they said the phrase TV 63 times through that reveal conference. TV, Xbox, play TV. We don't need an all-around media device. We want that. We have that's the reason why we have Roku boxes and actual cable boxes for stuff like that. But even now, people don't want to watch cable. We got Hulu, Netflix, and of course the obligatory Disney streaming services coming out this year, which I'm probably sure is definitely going to be a success somehow, regardless. Even though they already know that they're going to release their content weekly because they're trying to think like it's still traditional TV or whatever. But binge watching is just it's commonplace now.
Yeah, like I remember binge watching what was it, Kill la Kill for like an entire day and like finished all 24 episodes.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I've binge watched several old shows from my childhood, like Foster Home for Imaginary Friends on Hulu, or
ooh, that's an amazing show.
Yep, exactly. Heck, I mean, just one of the funniest episodes of that was dang, oh man, there's so many good ones. but I don't know. I can't really things that come to mind like. But still, just binge watching is just something that everyone's accustomed to now. And I mean, I don't think Disney's really is not gonna get that big of a hold. I mean, sure, Netflix is kind of fun. It's kind of fumbled a bit with some of their original programming, but still, all the other stuff that's still on there is pretty good. Like anything else that's not like made by them is still pretty good. I mean, even that Dave Chappelle thing that came out recently was really
Don't
really
spoil
funny.
it because I have not seen it, and I want to see it with my dad because he's a big Chappelle fan.
Oh man, you were gonna be surprised. You were gonna be surprised with what you hear. I mean, obviously, a certain group I think I've already mentioned multiple times has put their 2 cents on it, and collectively they are a certain way, and they have a certain stance on it. But I'm not gonna say. But
Special
yeah, so
retarded.
yeah, exactly. But I'm telling you, you were gonna love this. It's good. It's great. And I mean, still, the other things are just that everything is just going crazy. And I mean, as more and more I hear about like everything that Star Wars is coming out now, it's just really starting to scare me. Now I think like they're even gonna explore crap about they're gonna try and shoehorn the Mandalorian is like they're gonna explore like the origins of the Empire 2.0 apparently.
Really?
Yes, they are. They're gonna explore the origins, even though
I think it's called the Order in the new ones.
yeah, it's called the. I already know what their name is, but I'm just gonna say yeah, they're called the Dollar Store Stormtroopers, and obviously they're called the Dark Sith Order or whatever. I don't freaking know. I don't really care anymore because those movies don't even exist to me. How badly Episode 8 screwed everything up. And of course, I think our good friend Mark Hamill, we all think is he's still on our he's still on the side of the fans. Hey there. Good to know you're watching.
Yeah, Mark Hamill is,
like Star Wars. I think they put like. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, Mark Hamill. I like how he really put it. Like in Episode 8, he was a downer, no hope whatsoever, which is completely the opposite of what Luke was in the originals. Like I'm a firm believer that Star Wars should have died, like ended with the good trilogy, and there you go.
Exactly. I know. Sure. And yeah, the prequels had their problems, yes, but I mean, I was really young when I first saw the prequels. I know I did see the original trilogy prior to that. Heck, I even had toy versions of both Luke and Darth Vader's lightsabers when I was young. I loved the original trilogy. I love those films to death. And they are great. I mean, sure. I mean, but it also still tells the story of how Darth Vader became who he is, but even though it was really sort of stupid with how terrible the acting was.
Especially 2.
Yes. Oh, Lord. But the only highlights from all the prequels were obviously the Duel of the Fates and to some extent the pod racing scene from Phantom Menace. Episode 2, the the arena scene with all the Jedi fighting all the battle droids. That was an epic scene. And Episode 3, obviously, the battle on Mustafar. And
that was pretty badass. I also like General Grievous in 3 because I love robots. So
yeah, but I know the thing is, but General Grievous actually made his first appearance in like the Clone Wars like animated series, which was made by the same people who made Samurai Jack.
Oh, the Clone Wars series was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, but I'm talking about that, not the CGI Clone Wars show.
Oh, okay, not that.
I'm talking about
the 2D animated one.
Yeah, the 2D animated one is the one I'm talking about. They show up, and I think his first appearance where he crushes a Jedi who looks suspicious. We all know looks suspicious like Shaggy from Scooby Doo. In fact, we already know, ironically enough, from that meme. That meme you and I have seen on Facebook.
The Shaggy memes?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
He was actually in there. He was crushed under General Grievous. He didn't need to cut him down. He just crushed him under his foot, and that was crazy. But yet, I think the reason why he was coughing in episode 3 when we first see him in the film is all because Windu actually force push and crushed his chest in the 2D animated one. Yeah, he crushed his like thing. And the thing is, General Grievous is not actually a full on machine. He's just
he's biomechanical.
Yeah, because I think they even explored this in like a comic where he was a Kalish general, and he was shot down over his homeworld, and he was taken by the Separatists and turned into a cyborg and become the leader of the droid army.
Yeah, then he likes collecting the
lightsabers of all the Jedi he's slain.
Yeah, and it's also because he also wanted to be a Jedi, and then they wouldn't let him because I guess they sensed darkness in him. And he got kind of pissed off.
I don't think that was it. I think it was because I'm pretty sure I thought it was because I think the Jedi were actually in favor of the alien bugs that were competing for like dominance throughout their corner of the galaxy. They were some insect species known as the Huck, and they obviously pleaded with the Republic to help them because obviously the Kalish people were slaughtering them by the thousands. And of course, since the damn Republic was corrupt at that point, basically they only served, and obviously the Jedi were blinded so much that they just blindly served the Republic and not protecting the peace of everyone in the galaxy, regardless of who they align with politically in the galaxy, whether it be just the outer rim territories, the Hutt cartels, or anything. The Jedi were just the peacekeepers for 1,000 generations. But I know the prequels didn't really show that from them. They didn't show that they were the ones who were like the keepers of peace in the galaxy, all because they were blinded by that, and that ultimately became their downfall.
Well, shit.
Master Skywalker, there are too many. What are we going to do? Don't worry, kid. I know just what to do. A nice lightsaber.
I remember my mom's friend, like, apparently she saw it when that came out, and she's like, Anakin Skywalker kills children in it. And my mom wouldn't let me watch it.
Wow, really?
I eventually watched it anyways.
We lost a viewer, but whatever. I already know probably we're gonna get a dislike on this because we're so boring, but we're stupid. So that's kind of the point. We just like talking about shit we like. But whatever. But yeah, continue. Sorry, I went on a tangent there again. I'm deeply sorry.
I guess another thing is, well, Xbox fanboys, they're actually full on nuts.
Yes, we are.
The other two are retarded. They're just nuts.
Yeah, I mean, Mooch. I mean, heck, I think I even heard that he actually cussed out a kid for wanting a PlayStation 4. He cursed out a kid in a GameStop once.
Oh, so like Christian.
Oh, yeah. It's just. I mean, some people just their devotion for these hunks of plastic. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I Hate Everything said it best. It's a piece of plastic that plays games. It's a black box that plays games made by Nintendo. Another one made by just everything. Everyone doesn't care about preference here, and it's just anybody else. I mean, still, they're just so. I mean, yeah, the Xbox fan community. I'd say they're by far the worst community. They're probably the most toxic community on YouTube or on the internet.
Dude, like he made like a t-shirt of him bombing Japan because he doesn't like Japanese developers, I guess.
And yet there aren't many US developers, but I mean, come on, Japan are the ones that pretty much revital. I mean, come on, you really got to give credit to Nintendo. They're the ones who single-handedly revitalized the industry, even though it was dead just 2 years prior.
At least in the US, it was actually just fine in Japan.
Yeah, everything was just fine, but yeah, the Western In the Western side of things, yeah, nobody really wanted anything to do with video games for that 2 year period.
Thank you, Atari.
Mm-hmm. And I still, it's still crazy that that's crazy rumor, that crazy legend turned out to actually be true about ET. That they
I told
literally,
my mother about that, and she's like, "No, that's not true." And they, I had to show her that. I keep forgetting to show her that damn article
yeah,
about
and the
people
photos. Yeah, it's just, I mean, obviously, yeah, Atari single handedly sunk the industry, and Nintendo brought it back, and now it's obviously almost damn 30 years later. It's now a $1 billion industry. It's over $1 billion, and it's set to even outpace the freaking NFL by 2020.
Holy shit!
But it's crazy though. We all love our medium, but again, just these fanboys are probably the reason why a lot of people still even see gaming as something that's obviously we're a bunch of middle-aged losers all live in their parents' basements all the time, and that's not even the case.
You know what? I think if you show Harmon Smith Super Hornio Brothers, which Nintendo owns by the ways, he'll probably say it's the best damn porno he has ever seen. Nintendo makes. I guess I'm not kidding. Nintendo does own a porno, but they own it because so they can stop distribution.
Oh gosh, yeah, just yeah, I don't understand. To criticize Nintendo, they are really, really snooty when it comes to their intellectual properties.
I mean, this
Obviously,
is way back in the '90s, I think.
oh, okay, but yeah, they're still doing stuff. Like there was like a Metroid unofficial Metroid game that was made. Obviously, they took that.
Metroid 2 remake, yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy how they're like that with how snooty they are with their games.
It's
And
mainly Japan, really, because that's the way they are.
yes,
But I would stop distribution for a porno too, because well, that's just fine. That's just crazy because like especially for Nintendo, their main audience is kids.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. That is true. That is definitely true.
Like at least with Overwatch, it's like adults can play it, that teenagers play it, you know.
Yeah, and obviously all the dang Rule 34 thing always comes into play when that game that was in full swing when that game was like at the height of popular when it first launched. It
Oh,
was crazy. But again, we are people. We're just the sound-minded people, and anybody else probably who are still watching this are sound-minded people. So that's just how everything is now with gaming. But it's just you can't ever find you always never find you never just always got to find those crazy people who just want to blindly defend something because well they have nothing better to do. They have no purpose in their existence other than to blindly serve some company that all they care about is well they want to get his money from you.
yeah, it's just mind-boggling. Like I understand if it's your preferred platform, but don't ruin the fun for everybody else if they like a different platform. Basically, it's just messed up. It's
Exactly.
like, oh, you like this? Well, you can't like this because mine is better. It's like 2-year-olds finding that like their toy's better than yours. Basically, it's like, oh, my toy's better.
Essentially,
than yours.
that's what it is. Okay, yeah, guys, listen. We're not in the schoolyard anymore. You guys are grown ass men doing this shit. Man the hell up and grow the hell up.
I have a GTX 45, and you just have a Nintendo Switch. I like boosting.
Yes, and of course, yeah, there are the PC elitists out there, but
again, like I don't remember this dude's name. He has like he's like a popsicle stick dude, like a cartoon popsicle stick.
Yeah.
And he's okay with you liking consoles. It's just don't say stupid shit, basically. That you don't know.
True, exactly.
Like And then Rags, he's okay with people liking consoles. It's just that once again, just don't say stupid shit.
And that same thing can also be said about like the PC gamers. They also are the same. They are just like, you want to shove they're just the type of PC gamers I don't like, obviously, are the ones who shove superiority in other people's faces.
Oh yeah. It's the braggers, basically.
Yes, essentially. But I know that's the thing though. Like I said, at some point for me, I'm gonna build myself a gaming PC.
I would like to get one.
Yes, and just all fanboys, they all are just like insane. Obviously, that's because they want to shove their preference in other people's faces. But 9 times out of 10, people who live in reality don't care. They just want to play their games and have fun. But no. Yeah. But then again, always there are the people just who play certain games and they're braggernauts about how good they played a game.
Yep.
But hey, that's just how some people are. But that I can still somewhat understand. All you gotta do is just avoid them at all costs.
Oh, one more thing about Smith. This is something I just remembered. He's someone that has gone to say that sales don't matter. Of course, defending the Wii U being, a poor seller. And then he says that PlayStation fakes its sales numbers. Okay, you retard.
Oh boy.
And then in one video, he actually brags that Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is the best selling on the Switch, which is sales. So what do you think? I guess sales are only important if it's Nintendo winning.
Yeah, again, dude doesn't really live in reality. He needs to be committed.
And recently that Nintendo Direct came, of course, Overwatch he hates, got announced. I was like, oh, that's gonna piss him off.
Oh yeah, I think I also heard that Star Wars Jedi Academy game is also coming to the Switch too. That's what I heard.
Of it.
Well, I've only seen some gameplay of it. It's like an old like Star Wars game when LucasArts was still making Star Wars games, but now they're firmly in the hands of evil Americans.
Yeah, but anyway. But also another thing, he hates Undertale, and it's really funny when was it the Little Town, I think it's called, but I was just going to call it Town. Once it got announced that Toby Fox was doing the music, he's like, oh, he can't believe I defended that game. Yeah, it's going to be a piece of shit. All because Toby Fox is going to be in it to do the music. And then Sans got a costume in Smash Brothers. He was not very happy about that. I was like, all I wanted to do is get the soundtrack because that's awesome. Because I don't really care for Undertale, but I know it has people love Undertale.
I just don't. He's getting angry over a character from a game it's crazy. And speaking of Smash Bros, you mentioned something about him wanting
oh my gosh,
Rare,
one of the James Bonds.
Yes, he wanted. Yeah, you said he wanted James Bond in Smash Brothers.
I think it's specifically the one in
GoldenEye. Yeah, Pierce Brosnan.
No, of course, GoldenEye, but there's the most of them. It's the one that was in the 64 game.
Yeah, that was GoldenEye 64. Yeah, he wanted James Bond or Pierce Brosnan. Obviously, the thing is, you can't. I mean, the thing is, games it's a game based off a movie, so it's all because of a dang licensing deal that Nintendo did.
And then you gotta pay the dude for his likeness and everything.
Exactly. Thing is, in any industry, licensing agreements are murder.
And he's still just a human being. He will get demolished by all the bears and dragons,
and a giant ape with a freaking necktie.
Oh yeah, his bones will break in one punch from him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's
James Bond, and you are.
Official banhammer from King DDD.
Donkey Kong.
Oh,
So that's so funny that about the dang DK rap. That's just so funny. With that, I know people have like broken it up and edited in like some of the craziest ways ever.
oh yeah.
But yeah, you can't really have James Bond in a game because he's basically just you'd have to license him out to make a game, which I think still Activision did a decent job with making the game Quantum of Solace, or there have been a few other good games that have been done by EA that were decent, like Nightfire and probably Agent Under Fire and Everything or Nothing. But
yeah, I never played any of the James Bond games, so I'm a little out of that loop. I've never seen a James Bond movie, so I'm like not a James Bond guy, I guess you could say.
yeah, I mean, for me, I wasn't really all that in. I mean, I remember playing. Oh, he said, "Who would you want to see in Smash?" I mean, the thing is, Bears has already explained why at the start of the stream. He's already got his dream character, and that's Banjo Kazooie.
Yes. Woo. I actually posted my first video with Banjo Kazooie, like against Pokemon trainers. Like, oh, you can't train this Baron bird.
Exactly,
Dude. Like, and it turns out he does have a spike. It's just down air, but it has to be that type where he like goes downward. So you have the easy possibility of killing yourself.
Yep. Oh man, I know. I would really love. I mean, I like that fact with like the Switch, you can just play Smash Bros with one of the Joy-Cons. So in case you don't have a second controller, you can just give that person the other Joy-Con. You can play it that way, which is good.
Oh yeah, I've done it a couple times with a couple friends at work. You know, it's like, oh yeah, it's like, here you go. Here's one for you. Here's one for me. Oh wait, let me turn tap the jump.
Yeah. Yeah, again, it's just, I mean, for me, I can't really say who I would really want in Smash because I know I haven't played a Smash Brothers game since like damn the original on the N64.
You need to catch up, dude.
Yeah, I know I need to catch up, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure a lot of people, like the one that still played at tournaments even today, is Melee.
Well, actually, just I think it's no longer Evo now. It's just Ultimate.
Oh, okay, it surpassed that. Okay, that's cool. That's good. It's perfect.
Yeah, Ultimate's actually really freaking good. It's like this perfect balance.
I still hate that I completely missed out. I mean, I would just love to want to be able to like travel to Vegas because I've been there before once, and I would love to go to like attend an Evo tournament or just anything. I mean, still.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go. I mean, the only close thing. I mean, since I live close by, I think I can go to Dragon. I think I'd probably go to Dragon Con in Chicago, but I think that's passed already. But it sucks. Heck, I could have even gone to dang Star Wars Celebration like back in April, but again, those tickets will cost an arm and a leg to get.
Oh yeah. Wait, what's that? It cost my penis. All right. Here's your ticket. Thank you.
Oh God.
He's on the ground with his bloody hand and grabs the ticket and says thank you.
Oh God. Oh my goodness. But again, just what else is there to talk about? I didn't do as much research. I keep saying it, but again, I'm a procrastinator. People, you need to understand this. I'm a constant procrastinator. I'm lazy as hell when it comes to doing research most times. But I can't really think of anything else we can talk about though, because
maybe the Zoe Quinn situation about the dude like killing himself.
Oh yeah, that shit. I heard about that. I totally forgot.
Dude, like I never played his game, but I heard it's pretty good, except that it was a little political on the left side. But it's still sad, regardless, that he ended his life because he's still a human being. And the fact that someone did that to him to make him kill himself is ridiculous. Zoe Quinn, you're a total fucking bitch. I will say that with like with all like I don't know
Yeah,
how
I
to
mean,
put.
but the thing is, she's done. I think she's done sexual favors to get anywhere. But of course, she's she's a feminist. So yeah, she has to do stuff to try to gain people's favor, to try to gain people's favor, but then just throw them under the bus when it's convenient for her.
Yeah, like feminism doesn't mean anything anymore. It used to. I
It
mean, if they
did,
try to go
yes.
to Middle Eastern, then it's a lot harder. But
Yeah, these feminists, that's the kind of stuff that they should be pissed off about. But no, they're angry just like SJWs about a stuff that's essentially first world problems at this point.
and it's like they don't want equality anymore. They just want like to surpass everyone. It's like they
Exactly.
want more treatment than everyone. But yet say but yet say equal treatment.
It really does mean nothing. And I think people really are kind of over. I think people really did. Speaking like on like a different subject about like about the whole thing about what's going on with cyberpunk, like the whole like customization options and whatnot.
Apparently they're removing the genders, which is stupid because
Yeah,
they're only here. There are only two genders, you morons. Gender is just a polite way of saying sex.
exactly true. But I think the reason why some people are saying they're kind of blowing it out of proportion. I think Young covered it, and I think another chick, I don't know, but I think she was like one of those new thing. I think she was like the chick who replaced Naomi Campbell from. I can really forget that chick's name. Her name was Naomi something from on IGN, but they talked about the fact is I think since in the lore of cyberpunk, I think since you can have like all these, you can have implants and whatnot, so you can still just you'll be addressed as he or she, if you still can be addressed as that, but also I mean still a person will still be addressed as like the character's name, which is apparently just called V, just like how people just address someone as Shepherd.
Yeah.
Even though, yeah, you can have a male shepherd or fem shep. But again, I'm not really too sure. I'm not still too sure about this. I mean, I just still want to be able to just have that clear distinction. But I guess they're trying to be that way. I mean, they're trying to somewhat do that to try to not piss, obviously, the SJWs and the outrage mobs out, because it just seems like those people who were obviously the trolls on 4chan are basically just gaining favor in the court of public opinion and on social media. They're gaining ground there because it's their new breeding ground for their parasitic ideologies and whatnot. But that's been we already know that's been propagating for years. That's just my theory of where they all came from.
Yeah, since Tumblr is like more controlled now.
Yes, but still, I already know one thing. I still think Cyberpunk's still going to be a decent game because I mean, if CD Projekt Red has done things, we already know they're pro-consumer. They make very, very good AAA games, and I probably think they probably just might hit it out of the park. But again, anything that could happen, if anything does go wrong, still slightly always tamper your expectations for any big game coming out. Always do that because
I still have my doubts for Doom Eternal, and you know how excited I am for that. I just hope it's not too much. Like they're adding so much stuff, and I'm like, I just hope it's not too much.
Yeah, and I say the same thing about Jedi Fallen Order because we finally got a single player Star Wars game after just 2 Battlefront games from EA, because obviously they really have not been utilizing their license at all. Hell, I still think Disney, even though that they were the ones who picked them to do it, because again, Disney, like the biggest in like the film industry, the biggest giant there, and also of course EA, the people who want to dominate the gaming industry. I honestly still think that was a match made in hell. But
yeah,
again, they really just not been utilizing that license very well. All they made was 2 very mediocre Battlefront games, obviously, because they were just basically taking the skin of Battlefield and just applying it to Star Wars, essentially, with less control and whatnot.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty much pay to win. And I'm like, I'm not buying it, even at discounts in the stores or whatever.
And speaking of evil Americans, I think this will be like our one other topic. But I think the guy, like someone who worked in there, who worked on their EA Sports titles. I think he's now head of operation. He's like now the manager. Yeah, FIFA and Madden and stuff like that. He's head of operations. He's now going to be the head of operations for DICE and Criterion now.
Oh crap!
Yep, I think even though that basically all the crap about microtransactions, and obviously the damn FIFA Ultimate Team and the damn thing with Madden also, that's obviously a big chunk of their annual profits come from. It's from those damn microtransaction things from Ultimate Team. Obviously, they're playing off the damn casuals who obviously play those sports games every year.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't understand the appeal of it because I'm not a sports guy to begin with. But especially with the whole, was it 2K20?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I love the meme. Oh, silly EA, you put gambling in my basketball. Or no, it was you put basketball in my gambling game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I never saw that thing, but
it was on my feed. It was like, I guess the Titanfall community. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. I need to look that up on Facebook. I need to look that up real quick after this. But still, it's just why we have to do this stuff now. It just seems like, oh, they put microtransactions. Let's put even more microtransactions in our game, even though how much our damn so-called our fans keep complaining about it. Yeah, but we don't care. We made more money than you ever will in a lifetime, so you can go fuck yourselves. But still, please buy our games because obviously we still need it. We still need it. We still need to make games.
I wish one day, just one day, where every single person will be like, no. And day one, the game comes out, it doesn't sell.
Only in a perfect world would that actually be the case, and that would just bankrupt EA. I mean, sure, Anthem hurt them enough pretty good, but of course, obviously, somehow they found some way to rebound everything. Because obviously Apex pretty much saved them, unfortunately.
They're like on thin ice, really, when it comes to almost being bankrupt.
Yeah, all the time, but still, it's just, it almost seems like EA, it seems like we'll just never be able to stop EA. No one ever will, because obviously, I think the biggest thing that could happen in reality is that EA pretty much owns everything in gaming. They own Microsoft, they own Sony, they own Nintendo, they own everything.
Well, they don't own Sony, because they publish for Sony.
Well, yeah, true, and I know. But still, it's just crazy. I mean, EA seems like they have expectations to try to be the best at everything. I mean, we already know Google's trying to kick their door into gaming anyway. Even though I think the person who's like the head of head of development for Stadia is the same person who did a lot of those crazy claims for like the PS3 with the dang like all the damn ports and all the damn crazy graphical promises they said. I think his name was Phil Harrison. I think. But again, look. Stadia is just not going to be there because game streaming is not going to be the future yet.
Oh, dude, it's just, I have a feeling day one is going to be the buggiest, most laggy piece of crap ever.
Exactly. And I mean, still, look, the internet infrastructure, if you're living like a big city or something, yeah, it could work. That could work. But again, everyone else who has like a very like minimal internet connection, like 25 megs at most, Google is gonna just mess up your data in an hour.
Yeah.
Game.
Especially if you want to like do it in 4K, it's gonna I think 62 hours is the minimum for 4K gaming, for streaming the game.
Yeah, I still just don't understand why that they're trying to hype this up as a big thing when it really isn't. Because I mean, obviously, our infrastructure is still not good. It's still not good enough. And plus, I know, like I said, at least in the side of the U.S., because there's like thousands. I mean, I think I had the same conversation with my dad a couple of days ago. Is that there are millions of square miles of the United States, and a lot of that is mostly just countryside. And the fact that you could try to get lines all over the U.S., that would take damn months or even years to try to accomplish, even now, because still everything else about our infrastructure is still crumbling still. So internet infrastructure is still not going to get there. Probably we probably won't, even 30 years later, we still probably won't have a high enough internet speed because obviously Korea and Japan are obviously well past everybody.
Well, except for North Korea because they don't like anything.
Yeah, it's true.
At least for the non-reasonable people, but like the innocent citizens that do want to have things. It's different.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, South Korea, everything about them, yeah, their infrastructure is really, really good. Hell, it's gotten so bad that they think they still have they're trying to treat people with internet addiction over there. And of course, I mean, all across Asia, you have like internet cafes on almost every street corner. So, internet infrastructure in like Asia and like all different parts of Asia is like massive. But the U.S. and a lot of other Western countries in Europe, it's not the big. It's not the big. They don't have like the biggest major infrastructure, at least not yet. But
no.
So Stadia is just not going to work. I mean, sure. I mean, this would be a failed experiment on Google's part, but then again, they are a multi-billion-dollar company. Hell, at some point, probably they're going to be worth $1 trillion. Hell, they probably are worth that much. But it's just going to be a failed experiment with them.
Yeah, like the was it the Google glasses?
Yes. Oh well, cripe. I can't believe they actually were trying to make that a thing. I mean, sure. The next big step for any sort of thing in like interactivity with anything is probably something with augmented reality or VR somehow. But even with VR, like I said in the last podcast, we're not ready for like Ready Player One yet. It's not going to get that. It's not going to get that crazy.
It's like not Ready Player One sort of online crap.
No, it's definitely not. It's definitely not gonna get there. Maybe in the next 30 or 40 years, maybe. But now it still isn't there. But I still say the next step is gonna be augmented reality, where you have like your glasses are gonna be in your face with like your smartphone and whatnot. It actually be the next future. But other than that, there's nothing else. But I don't know what else there is to talk about though. So maybe I think we should end the stream here. So with that being said, everyone, I'm JetSparks373.
And I am Bear64, the one and only. I think.
Yep, and we are out, people. Peace out, and we'll see you guys next time.
Watch as that